same boat of being kind of in left field.
Yeah, you're a little out there, you know, in a good way, yeah.
We kind of barely scoot in under the guardian eyes of the academic art world. You know?
Yeah, that's the good part.
That's just great. You know?
Yeah, it's great.
Color and personality and certain sophistication, but yet it's not stuffy. I can't say enough good about Todd White.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's great.
That is the first delicate sculpture I've signed.
There it is.
That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting me. Oh, yeah.
I've known Todd for 5 years. We met 5 years ago, and we were looking to represent him in the UK. And at that particular time, he said to me that he was going to be the world's most recognised artist in the world. And as you imagine, it was a big statement to say to an Englishman, but brick by brick, he's achieving that over in the UK and in Europe. So it's been an amazing journey, and I'm glad to be part of it. You know, stand-up guy. In terms of the artists that we've got, I mean, there's a lot of modern art in the UK as well. It's conceptual. What I feel Todd brings to the market is he sort of seems to merge the conceptual qualities of his art and his storytelling. And you know, for me, he's like John Lennon with a paintbrush. That's what I've said to him. You know, he can convey all sorts of emotions in relation to. You know, depth, quality of, you know, and that sort of movable sort of thing. But you can also convey, you know, happiness and, you know, that sort of spark that people do like. And you know, and in the UK certainly we don't really have anybody that does that, in my opinion. And he can do that.
As I've grown and as I've gotten better as an artist, because I don't think I'm that great of an artist. I'm not a great painter. I'm an okay painter, and I'm a pretty good draftsman. I can draw well, and I'm a pretty good storyteller. But I think I do all three really well, and somehow it comes out in the work. The best thing I hear is when people come up and they say, "I know that person. That's me and my friends," or "I know those girls, and that's us." And that's the greatest feeling. That's the payoff for me, because I'm given that. I'm a little nervous right now because Robert Williams is sitting here, and if you don't know him, you really ought to Google him, because legendary.
And thank you so much for taking a minute to talk to us.
It's the least I can do for Todd. I just, I've got so much hope for him, and I know he's going to just really make a name for himself internationally.
Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I have such great fans and such great collectors. I believe that the happiest time in all of our lives were when we woke up on Saturday morning and we got our bowl of cereal while our parents were still sleeping, and we turned on that cathode tube for Saturday morning cartoons. We had no responsibilities, we had no debt, we had no insurances to buy. It was just pure joy. And what happens is, as we grew older and got more responsible and had to dive into this thing called life, all of this pressure is heaped upon that little box, and it closed. Sometimes my work opens that little box a little bit, and you smile for something that you really don't know why you're smiling, but you get it.
I know it sounds like it's a real general term, but I think what people do is they identify with individual paintings. I mean, I can look around and I can identify with some, and I find that other people can identify with others, and they see either themselves in it or they see other people in it. But in some ways they do identify with the actual person in that painting as well. So I would say it's a very lateral situation, you know, it's people, and that's why, you know, bearing in mind American artists in general have not done well in Europe, so he's one of the select few, he's one of the elite, so to do that, he's done well already, but it's just the start, you know? this is the largest collection of originals I've ever seen, because when he comes over to the UK, I mean, they're ripped off the wall, you know. He's got a following. I guess he's like I've used the John Lennon thing, some into music, but you know, at the end of the day, he seems like the Beatles over there. He's got a big following over there, so he does pretty well. But for me, this particular gathering is more about the size of the original paintings. There's that many here, which you just wouldn't see in a normal gallery, you know, certainly in the UK.
And he was actually coloring before he was crawling. So I knew always. He always had an eye for art. And he would watch me paint or watch me draw, and his little eyes would just twinkle, you know, and he'd just watch and stare. So always.
Todd actually been selling his artwork for a couple of years now down in Huntington Beach, and absolutely love his stuff. It's really a lot of fun. It's an honor to come here tonight, take a look at this beautiful venue. You know, we've got a lot of great clients here tonight, a lot of great appreciators, a lot of people that love his stuff, that love his work, that eat, sleep, and breathe Todd White. That's all here who's here tonight, and I'm just excited to be part of it.
Only sleep 4 hours a night, but if we could find a way to cut that back a little bit and increase your productivity, oh gee, the results would be fantastic. I'm thinking maybe meds, but perhaps yoga.
To this point in your life, you're successful. Everyone's been successful. But how many of us, at the end of the day, are going to do something really great? Let's be honest. It's not the government's job to try to bring arts into the schools, whether it be music, whether it be art and drawing. And every one of us at one point in our lives was an artist. Every one of us colored in coloring books. Every one of us drew. And when we saw the teacher come in that day and say, you know, pull out your crayons, you knew, oh, today was going to be good, you know?